If your mind doesn't go quiet, even when everything around you is calm, this might be why. You can be sitting in silence and still feel overwhelmed. Not because something is happening, but because your mind won't slow down. This is something a lot of people experience, but don't always have the words for. Thoughts keep coming, one after the other. And no matter how much you try to relax, it doesn't fully switch off. A lot of people call this overthinking, but sometimes you're not even trying to think. It just keeps going. You replay conversations. You think about what you should have said. You go back to moments that already passed, trying to understand them, trying to make sense of them, trying to do something with them. And even when the moment is over, your mind is still there. That's what I want to call mental noise. Not loud in the way people expect, but constant, subtle, persistent, always running in the background. I remember someone saying, I can be in a quiet room and still feel like my mind is crowded. And when we slowed it down, it wasn't random thoughts. It was everything she had been holding, things people shared with her, things she felt responsible for, things she was still trying to figure out. And this is where it goes deeper. Mental noise doesn't just come from nowhere. A lot of the time, it comes from carrying too much for too long. If you're someone who shows up for people, listens deeply, tries to make things better, your mind doesn't just let things go easily. It holds on to them. Your body gets used to staying engaged, not in a dramatic way, but in a constant, low-level way. So when something happens, your mind keeps working on it, trying to understand, trying to prepare, trying to stay ahead. And even when everything is technically okay, your system doesn't fully settle because it's used to holding. And over time, that starts to feel exhausting. You feel mentally tired, even when you haven't done much physically. You crave quiet, but quiet doesn't always feel quiet. You try to rest, but your mind keeps moving. And sometimes you don't even realize how much is happening inside until you finally slow down. So the goal isn't to force your mind to be quiet, because that usually doesn't work. The goal is to understand what your mind is trying to hold, because a lot of that noise, it isn't random, it's unfinished, unprocessed, still being carried. Your mind isn't working against you, it's trying to keep up with everything you've been holding. But the truth is, you've been holding a lot. So instead of trying to shut it off, try this. The next time your mind feels busy, pause and gently ask yourself, what am I still carrying right now? Not to fix it, not to solve it, just to notice it. Because sometimes just naming it creates a little bit of space. You don't need to control every thought. You don't need to have everything figured out. And you don't have to keep carrying everything for your mind to finally feel quiet. If this felt familiar, you're not the only one. And that constant mental noise doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It just means you've been holding a lot. You're allowed to let some of it go. And if you're learning how to create more space in your mind, follow for simple ways to calm your body in moments like this. Take care of your mind. Your energy matters more than you think.